Have you ever gone on somebody's profile on Instagram and you could just tell they're an expert in their field because their bio looks really professional? Well, what I'm trying to do with this video is actually walk you through that entire process of how you can craft an engaging and viral bio that is almost like a sales funnel and will not only make people follow you, but also purchase from you and buy from you, because ultimately this is what we're trying to do with Instagram. And before we start, if you don't know me by now, my name is Andre, and I'm helping people create content and actually monetize their content as well. In less than 60 days, I'm coaching people inside my program as well. And right now with this video, I made a presentation for you and we can walk through it together. And I'm going to basically explain all of the psychology behind creating an engaging bio, because a lot of people, what they're doing is like they're giving out tips, different tips. And when you're at the beginning, those tips might be good, but you need to actually understand the why and like the mindset behind all of this. So just before we start the presentation, in here, I have a screenshot of my profile. My bio is like this: helping entrepreneurs monetize their content in 60 days or less. So super specific. And I have a DM how, and I'll help you start. And then I have a call to action, as we call it, learn how to make passive income with Instagram. And then I have my website in here. Basically, my mission is, like I said, helping entrepreneurs monetize their content in 60 days or less. And I have a coaching program. And I also offer people a free course as well with this DM how, and I'll help you start line. And right now I'm going to break all of that down for you, and we're going to basically walk through all of the techniques that you need and that you can apply no matter what niche you're in. So let's start the presentation. First and foremost, why do you need an optimized bio? Well, people need to be able to understand what you can help them with in just a couple of seconds, right? The attention span nowadays is so short that no matter like how good your content is, if people discover you and they go on your profile and they basically just look at the bio, scratching their heads, they're not going to follow you and they're just going to scroll past. So what you need to make sure is to just like craft the bio in such a like simple and efficient way, which I'm going to show you, that you just, you let people know what you can actually help them with in only a couple of seconds. And again, it doesn't need to be like complex and just like, with like weird language or like complex language. It needs to be simple and to the point. An optimized bio is basically equals a higher conversion rate, right? If the bio is all over the place, people are just not going to go on your website. They're not going to book an appointment call with you. They're not going to, buy from you. So you need to make sure you optimize every single line in the bio. And that's why I broke it all down, and you're going to love the presentation, and you're going to understand, like I said, the thinking behind it. Last but not least, a clear messaging allows you to connect with your ideal audience. So sure, some people, if you don't have an optimized bio, some people might go on your link and you might actually get sales and appointments as well. But are they your ideal customers? And if they're not, then that's probably because the messaging isn't quite there. So that's what we're trying to do with an optimized bio. Now, I put some examples in here of what a good bio looks like and what a bad bio looks like. And this is for my own profile. So this right here on the left is the bio that I have, right? So this is a good bio, and a bad bio is basically this one. Let me just zoom out. So, really vague with like fire content, daily videos, follow for more. So really vague, and it doesn't really explain, what I can actually do for my audience. So it just says fire content, daily videos, follow for more, with a couple of emojis. And, people, when they actually go on a profile like that, again, even if the content is really good, they're going to be like, okay, but how can this person actually help? So that's what we're trying to do with this video, is like go through that process of how to stay away from a bad bio and how to actually craft a good one. So let's move forward in here. First and foremost, a really optimized, a good bio has a clear mission. So this is going to be in your first line. You need to make it really easy for people to understand your mission and how you can help them, right? So the first line in your bio needs to show who you want to help and what you can help them with. And I just highlighted my first line in here in the bio, and it says helping entrepreneurs monetize their content in 60 days or less. So as you can see here, I mentioned my target audience, which is entrepreneurs, and then I was really specific about the goal. So the goal is to actually monetize their content, right? So they can make money in 60 days or less. So I gave a time frame as well. So super specific, and this is my mission. So whenever somebody lands on my profile, they can clearly understand what my purpose on Instagram is. So I'm not just saying, I'm making fire content or anything like that. I'm like super specific, and this is my mission. So on your, like, no matter what niche you're in, try to think of your core mission. So if you're in the fitness niche, are you helping people lose weight, gain muscle? If you're in the, video editing niche, are you helping people improve their editing skills with like small tutorials? What is your core mission? And that needs to be really simple and to the point. And it's also called the value proposition, and we're going to take a look at that a bit later in the video. But this is the first line. The second one could be an engaging CTA, right? So to make people engage with your profile even more, you can add a call to action in your second line. This will make people want to message you. In return, you can give them a freebie to build more trust. So this is something that a lot of people are not doing, and they're losing out on what we call leads, right? So people that may or may not buy from you, but this is huge. And you need to be really specific with this, right? So what I have here is DM the word how, and I'll help you start. Start what? Well, monetize your content and actually create content and grow. And like I said, you can ask people to DM you a keyword so you can offer them a freebie. But the thing with this is that you don't just say DM me and I'll help. No, you are as specific as possible. Why? Because people are so lazy nowadays, and when they go in, and a lot of people just don't want to admit this, right? But if you tell your audience, DM me and I'll help, they're gonna sit there and I promise you that's like the actual thought process, right? They're gonna sit there and they're gonna be like, DM what? What do I say? They're gonna overthink, and then they're gonna end up just not saying anything. So you don't want that. You just want to be super specific and just give them a really specific keyword, usually like a really short keyword, that once they actually DM you that keyword, you just send them something in return. This could be a guide, a free course, whatever, just a freebie, just to build more trust and actually nurture your audience. And you can use ManyChat for this. So ManyChat is an awesome tool to automate your Instagram DMs. And this is an example of an automation that I made in here. So basically, when a user sends me a message containing like these words, right, these keywords, I sent them this automated DM, like, thanks for reaching out. I would love to help you out. So I'm going to give you free access to my Viral Success Blueprint course. And then they basically have a button in here, and they can click that, and they can basically just get access to the course. And that's basically the start of that relationship of, nurturing my audience. And as you can see so far, just from this automation, I had over like 900, like almost 1,000 messages sent, right? And with a 60% click rate, which is amazing, right? So you can get a lot of leads from your second line in the bio. Now, a lot of people, they might not want to do this at first, and the alternative is to actually show your achievements, right? So this could be something like helped 2,000 plus people grow their accounts, worked with like X companies, over 10 plus years of sales experience. So depending on your niche, you could actually put an achievement of yours in there. And this is to kind of like build more trust and social proof. So if you've actually worked and coached people, you can do that. You can say you worked with some companies. You can say you have like X years of experience in whatever niche you're in. And this again will build more trust. But I would really suggest to go with this, with a really engaging CTA, and just help people start by providing a freebie. This is awesome because, again, people love free stuff. So once you put that there and you're really specific with a keyword, you're going to get tons and tons of leads just from this alone. So, you don't need to post stories. You could just have this line and a lot of your leads will come from this. And again, treat your bio as a sales funnel. We're gonna also take a look at that at the end of the video, but this is kind of like the thinking behind it. You constantly need to think that people are lazy, and you got to be specific and you got to be on point, right? So people actually reach out to you. Last but not least, in terms of the lines, you got to have an attractive offer, right? So for the last line in your bio, you want to really get people to click on your link. Don't just say click this link, because that's boring, right? Nobody really cares about that like call to action. You need to highlight the benefits that someone gets if they go on your link. So in my case, I put learn how to make passive income with Instagram. So I'm not just telling people click on my website, go on my website, because that really sounds spammy. So what you want to do is clearly state what they will learn or get if they follow your link. This is basically highlighting the benefit, right? Highlighting that transformation in their life. So this needs to be not only an attractive offer, but a transformative one as well. And again, once you're specific with this, people are much more likely to actually click on that link. If you're just telling them click this link, it's going to sound spammy. So don't do that. And what you also do with this line is you basically set up the expectation for them, right? So before they actually even see your website or your link, they will have some sort of expectations of what they will get on the other side of it. And in my case, when they go on my website, they just see my page and I tell them I will help you grow your Instagram brand, launch and scale your digital product, coaching or service, so you can start making anywhere between 5,000 to 10,000 a month organically. And then I just offer a free call, so people can actually book a free call with me, and that's basically a discovery call, and that's how it starts, right? So I set up the expectation with the last line, and then even before people get on the page, they actually know what's happening on the website, right? So this is really important. So these are the three things, the three lines, and that's how you can optimize them. Going forward in here, let's talk about the value proposition, right? And how you can actually write this. What's a value proposition? This is basically your best reason why a customer should buy a product or service you're selling. And this should be obviously the first line in your bio. So this is what we talked about in the beginning, is like that core mission. And this is also called a value proposition as well. If you're running a business, your value proposition needs to be clearly defined. Otherwise, you're just going to lose customers. Because if you don't really know what exactly it is that you're offering, how can you actually sell that? How can you market that, right? So you need to be super specific with this. And the way I broke this down will really help you craft your own value proposition, no matter the niche you're in. And we have three main elements in here. So number one, we have target audience, who's like your ideal audience within your niche. Number two, we have the goal. So what exactly are you going to help them achieve? And then we have the time frame, which is really important. So now that you've defined your audience, your target audience, ideal audience, and your goal, you need to be specific with the timeline and the time frame in which that goal can be actually achieved. And I put an example in here. So this is actually a value proposition that I worked on with one of my clients inside of my coaching program. And for the fitness niche, this value proposition is like this: helping busy fathers get 100% strength gains with only 15 minutes a week in the gym. So this, as you can see, is super specific and to the point. And again, breaking that down with the elements, we have the target audience, busy fathers. Then we have the goal, which is get 100% strength gains. And then we have the time frame with only 15 minutes a week in the gym. And you do this because you want to like really tell people that you can transform their life with this like specific thing in a short time, in a short timeline. Because otherwise, like if we would have something like in 1 year, like when, you know, in here, like get 100% strength gains in 1 year, people would be like 1 year, like that's, you know, that's just too long for me. I'm just going to skip. But if you give them something like this with like only 1 hour a week or like 15 minutes in a week, you just let them know that that goal can be achieved like super fast, and you're going to help them with that, right? So that's a huge thing. That's a great opener for a bio. And just use this formula for whatever niche you're in. So if you're a video editor, you can use it. If you're a, an interior designer, you can use it. If you're a doctor, you can use it. No matter what content you're creating, you need these three elements in here: your ideal target audience, your goal, and your time frame. So moving forward in here, this big circle that you see is basically your niche, right? So this is like your big niche, but your ideal audience is a smaller group within that niche. Now, I'm not saying you cannot speak to the entire niche, but usually, especially at the beginning, you want to like focus on a smaller group, which is your ideal audience within that particular niche. Now, this ideal audience has some goals. They want to learn something. They want to know the time frame for that, and they want to know the method that would actually get them, where they want to go. And you're going to be specific and offer, give all of these different elements. You're going to put them in the bio, because your ideal audience within the niche, the goals, the time frame, the what they want to learn, and the methods, basically everything adds up to a perfect bio. So keep these in mind. You can take a screenshot of this whenever you're actually crafting your bio, your value proposition. Don't forget to actually zone in and focus on that ideal audience and start from there. Don't start from the big circle. Start from there. Start with the goals, what they want to learn, what's the time frame, what's the method, and just put all of that into the bio like I showed you with all of the methods. And last but not least, like I said, you need to treat your bio like a sales funnel, right? So when people discover your profile, whether that's through a reel, like a carousel, whatever that might be, they're going to first look at your profile picture, obviously, and your name, right? So as long as you have a good profile picture and a clear name, you're good to go. Then they basically, because it all goes like this, right? From the top to the bottom. Then they're going to read your value proposition, which is this first one, right? So be super specific with that. Then they're going to read like the second line, whether that's the achievements, one of your achievements, or a keyword so they can get a freebie, right? And that's the second line. And basically they're going to go to and read the transformation, right? So something for them, something that will actually transform and change their life. And this is your offer, right? So again, clearly state what they will get from that if they follow the link. And then finally, if they go on your website, if you have that great bio, they're going to go on your website, and this is where you actually sell whatever product you have. And as you can see, if I zoom out in here on the left side, I put this, right? So at the beginning, at the start, at the top of the funnel, the audience is going to be cold, right? So when they discover your profile, they don't really know what you're trying to do. So when they just see your profile picture, they're going to be pretty cold. But as they actually go through the funnel, right? So down the funnel, they're going to become warmer and warmer. You give them something. Again, this is why the keyword, to offer them a freebie is so important, because it just takes them from like, cold to like warm, hot, right? Because you've established that trust, you built that trust, you actually gave them something they can use. And then obviously, once you highlight their transformation and with like a really good offer and you take them to the website, that's when you can turn the audience from cold to hot and really, really sell. So all in all, this is how you can craft a really good, engaging, and viral bio. And don't forget, the content is really important. Your messaging is really important, but your bio, like if that is not in check, like that's just the fundamental. That's the foundation of your entire Instagram profile. And a lot of people are still getting that wrong. And that's the thing. We tend to like miss the basics. We tend to like mess that up. And you could have like the best possible content, but when people discover your profile, if the bio isn't, optimized, they're just not going to engage with you. And you're going to lose out a lot of like followers and a lot of leads as well. And obviously a lot of like potential clients and actual clients. So implement the strategies right now. It doesn't matter what niche you're in. These are applicable to any kind of niche. And this is how you can achieve an engaging bio. If you need personalized help, you can now work with me one-on-one inside of my program. And in there, I can help you optimize everything on Instagram, create a content strategy for you, a custom strategy that will actually help you grow and actually help you launch and scale your digital product, offer, or coaching service, or anything that you want to make money with on Instagram. So if you want to work with me, you can book a free call down below. I'm going to drop the link in the description, and I'll see you inside the call.